TheJaySpot once again. This is Jennifer and Jonathan. And for this video, I just wanted to explore the fact that both of us are customer service representatives. We actually answer phones every day for a company. And of course, I'm not going to share that with you guys because what? I'm not getting fired. I likes my job. And you know, what I wanted to do today is just express how you can get your way over the phone with a customer service rep. Now, these are my thoughts. Whenever you make a call, either it be about your bill or anything, always, and I mean always, no matter how frustrated that you are, it's always best to stay calm. It's really annoying to speak to somebody that's mad, cussing, and frustrated. So when I'm on the phone and somebody's cursing and such, I just actually start a conversation with somebody else. What do you usually do, Jonathan?
Well, I typically don't get customers who are that mad that often, but whenever I do, I'm kind of ready to like get off of the phone unless they're really ranting and raving and going on and really won't let you get the word in. That's when I start probably talking to my homegirl sitting next to me or something of that nature, because I think what people don't understand is that although the person may have to say that they care about your situation, they really don't. And then you never know, the person that you get in touch with may actually show that they don't care and may actually not care about adding things to your account or
giving you
cutting
credits,
off your service, or
putting your services back on.
I mean, and so I think people have to keep that in mind, and I think if people would understand that this person that you're talking to is not the company, so if you tell them how you feel, they're not going to care.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I've spoken to a lot of people that's understandably upset, right? Because the situation that maybe another agent puts you in is now my problem. So if I say that I understand your problem or concern, make sure that you know that I do understand, because what I do with this every day and over again on that day. So the best thing to do, state your claim and your problem. Now, if you're frustrated and just at least trying to keep your composure, that's something that I can respect. And then eventually, I'm just going to do everything I can to actually help you, because I can help out with things like equipment or things stuff like that, or even with whatever services that you have, or making your bill as low as possible. I could actually do that. Not everybody can, because some situations, if you haven't paid your bill in 3 months, what do you expect us to do? We still have to follow protocol.
But that's obvious. Like, there are some, but in the situations where something can be done about it, then if you're calm and if you're understanding and understand the person who's on the phone with you, understand their position, then it's easier to get things done. Now, typically I'm the type of person who really doesn't. I'm just not going to care. I'm just going to try to, get you on and off as soon, as quickly as possible. I'll do everything in my power to make sure that it's done correctly.
If you act
because,
right.
I'm pretty good at what I do.
It's
just that, as long as you keep the personal stuff out, then I'm good with that. Let's just talk about what you're on the phone about. I don't care about your kids. I don't care about you losing your job. I don't care about you losing a loved one. I know it's.
It's horrible.
I know it's horrible, but I don't care because I don't know you.
And also, we also know that people lie too to try to gain sympathy. So it's stuff that we hear every day. It's like it's nothing new.
Of course, there are some situations where where I can sympathize.
Oh, yeah.
It's not often at all, but actually one night there I had two women who were kind of stuck in a situation where their husbands left them with the kids, and there are certain things that they have to do with with what they had, and so I kind of sympathized with them, and I kind of talked to them a little bit, and tried to encourage them a little bit, because the situation, it was pretty obvious that they weren't really lying about that. And so that's when I can have a conversation, especially the second person, because it actually happened one night back to back, 2 women with the same type of situation. And the second woman, she had like 2 or 3 kids. Husband just left her, and she was trying to get things all organized and taken care of. And so, I just stayed on the phone with her for like 20 minutes, and she just told me about her situation. She, clearly was very comfortable with me being on the phone because she knew that I was going to take care of her situation. And so after we were done with what we had to do, we just chit-chatted, for about 10, 15 more minutes. And, I was just telling her, you know what, you going to be all right. Okay. And, because she was telling me how, it can be hard.
Of course.
And I told her, you know what? Even though it's hard now, your children will understand when they get older, and just understand that you're doing it for them. I know with having 2 jobs, it's really hard, but remember, you're doing it for the kids, and they're going to love you and appreciate you for it in the end. And so, in rare situations that'll happen, but in most cases, that's not going to be the situation. Get on the phone, get off the phone. You don't want to spend hours and hours on the phone waiting for things to happen. So if you quickly get to your issue, quickly get to your situation, then your situation or issue can be taken care of in a very quick and efficient fashion.
And that's for him. He likes quick. I'm in a situation where I actually take care of the newest of new customers. I actually hold their hand and cradle them and let them know everything about their service. Now, this is the one piece of information that I've learned from having the job that I have. Read everything, and don't be upset if you miss something that you could have read. Because at the end of the day, the company not only has some sort of responsibility, but you have a lot of responsibility as well. It's not my fault that when you decided to get a specific service, you decided not to read the small print.
Every company knows that many times customers will not read a lot of the agreement things that you have to sign to actually get into a contract or things of that nature. Well, little advice, go ahead, take the time out, take a day maybe. You're more than likely not, you might feel like you're in a rush to get into something or do something, but if you take the time, maybe a day or so, just read through it.
Read through it that first day, because most things you can actually turn off within 24 hours without messing up the contract.
But if you go ahead and just take the time to read through it, it may seem like a lot, maybe like 20 pages worth, but it will definitely benefit you in the end, especially if you run into a problem 3-4 months down the line, and then, dang, you're stuck into a contract for about 20 more months. So just read the small print, just read everything that goes along with it. In the beginning, ask questions, ask a lot of questions, because many times salespersons will leave things out.
And
it's not that they, well, yeah, it is that they don't want to tell you everything because they're looking for the sale. But many times they are not knowledgeable about what will be the situation with your bill or your services once you get into the contract or get into having whatever it is you signed up for. And so sometimes, yeah, they might have an idea of what's going on, but many times they're just hired to sell. And so that's all they're going to do. They're just going to sell. And so
you can hear that they don't know what they're talking about.
And so if they can't answer certain questions about what your bill is going to look like, or what your services or how your service is going to work, things of that nature, then I would suggest to you that you call a customer service rep that works with people that have active accounts and ask them the questions, because they'll have much more information than a
because they deal with it every day.
Exactly.
And they have no problem with telling you the truth.
Exactly. And so because we're not salespeople, then we have no issue letting you know exactly what you can expect if you decide to step into this contract. So just keep those things in mind, and you don't have to sound professional, but you just have to sound reasonable. Just be reasonable, sound reasonable, and get things taken care of, and you'll be fine. I understand that things can be frustrating, but once more, that person that you're speaking to is not to blame. So you yelling and screaming at them will just make them not want to do
help you at all
what you want them to do.
Maybe want to get you off the phone. But I do have a cautionary tale for not, reading what you're supposed to read. This is months and months ago, I had a customer that called in asked why she was charged over, I think it's about almost $600 on her credit card out the blue from our company. So I looked at all of her billing information, the whole ledger there, and it looks like she never paid a bill once she got her services. So when you don't pay your bill, most companies are able to automatically charge that credit card that you give to get started with the services. So this lady, well, basically, you know, I'm a nice person. If you looked at our last video, I'm not confrontational. I don't want to go back and forth, but I have no problem with asking you the real questions that need to be asked. So I asked her, did you see your first bill? No. Or your second one, you know, showing that it's about to get cut off? So, and she said it's because she moved. Well, did you decide to tell us that you moved so we can give you all the information that you needed? And she said, no, you could tell she was young. And she was just super duper pissed off because she got charged for the services as a whole, everything. And you know what? That's what happens when you don't read. You find out a lot of stuff that the company that you're with can do with your information. The best thing to do as far as automatically paying or having auto bill pay, if you have to have it, make sure you ask that too, because they make it seem like you have to have auto bill pay. But if you have to have it, put it on a prepaid card. So they can't dip into your banking, checkings, or savings, okay? Take that in your pocket and live.
Right, so again, just be reasonable and just use the common sense that God gave to all of us, although it seems like some people don't possess it. Make sure that you actually use the common sense that you have, and you'll be better off in the end. And so just take those little nuggets that we gave you.
You're welcome.
If you do have any questions, you know, don't feel like you're not going to get anything done with the person that comes on the line, because really, unless the company that you're dealing with has a website that actually allows you to do most of the troubleshooting or answer most of the questions that you have, typically you can get things done on a company's website and not have to call in. But most people would rather speak to a person and yell at a person as if they're the company. So that's what those people do. But just keep those things in mind, and on the next time you call, you should be good to go. So,
you should be just fine.
Once more, thanks so much for watching.
You're welcome.
Love you and stuff like that. Make sure you press the like button if you like the video or learn anything. And if you have any stories about your experience calling in with a company, I've heard a lot of things about Verizon. I've heard a lot of things about T-Mobile's customer service. And so, you know, if you have any funny stories that you want to share, then go ahead, maybe even leave a video response or just a comment below. If you'd like to get in touch with us on social media, I am JLee07 on Twitter and JoJo_3020 on Instagram.
I'm JStarBright on both Twitter and Instagram, and you can also follow us at TheJaySpot 3020 on Twitter.
Once again, thanks so much for watching. We're about to go eat because I'm super hungry.
Bye, guys.
Love you. Peace.
What? Bye.
Like you never do.
Wow.
Oh, we want Disney.
What?
How are we going to start it off?
I'll start it off.
Cool.
Maybe it'd be cool if you get in the shot.
Yeah.
Well, fine. I'm in the shot. Damn.